Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Mass Effect. In the last episode, we overrode the lockdown in Vulcan Station, one of the two keys, kind of locks that we needed to break before going through to the VI's core. This episode, we'll be going to Prometheus Station, which, if you remember Dr. Archer's description, of Prometheus Station, it was, well, let's just say it doesn't bode particularly well for us. If you can't remember that, I'm sure you'll be refreshed fairly soon. I must say, as well, compared to the, what was it called, the Mako in Mass Effect 1, the Hammerhead is bloody fun to drive, actually. It generally is. It's far verknogen.
Prometheus Station is a crashed Geth ship full of dormant machines used in our experiment. Our people there have gone silent. It's likely the VI has activated the defense shields to keep you out. Good luck.
The subtitles there said Hammerhead VI, but that was clearly Dr. Archer. Ah, inconsistencies. Anyway, yes. Crashed Geth ship. And 5 little bubbles outside. So, you can blast through these manually, which takes a long time, or, if you wait, as you can see, once that thing targets you, I was going to say get the fuck out of the way, and I did not get the fuck out of the way fast enough, it seems. Let's try that again. So, let's try that again. The moment it targets you, get the fuck out of the way. It can't move the targeting thing. Once it's on you, run! We're all good. And it does a big explosion, which takes out the shields of the generator in one. And if you just hop between these rather than having to shoot the shields out, you will still have to shoot out the actual generators when the shields are gone. Also, as you can hear, we're taking damage. Don't stand too close either to these shields. If you do, the radiation from them, I guess it is, or some shit like that, basically being near them physically damages you quite badly, as in that can literally kill you fairly easily. That should be the final one done. So now we just have to actually destroy the things. It sometimes is a clever move to sit next to one of them and target another. So for example, I will sit here and the Geth shield will target one while I shoot at that one. Then the Geth cannon should target me, which will take out that generator. That one's gone, so there's only one more to go, which is the one over here. We should be able to get it down before the cannon fires again. No problem. Indeed we can. So if you get all up close to the Geth cannon, it can't target you this close in. Because, as you can see, it can only spin left and right. It can't look up and down, which is wonderful. Destroy the thing, because, as I say, it can blow you up with one hit. Wonderful. One more thing to gather. As you can see, there's a little thing here, which is 1200 platinum, which I will not turn my nose up at. I really like the wasp-like shape of the Geth ships. Anyway, let's get out and head in. Oh, apparently it doesn't load us straight in. Oh, there's some platinum out here. Ooh, another 800 platinum. She's got 2,000 platinum. Did anyone else say that? I went like 2,000 platinum, and the way I made an S with the top of my mouth was perfect. And I went, and just like whistled slightly when I said thousand. I'm never going to be able to replicate that, am I? I really hope that was on the recording. It was. I'm going to sound like a right loony bin. Now, this game's got a pretty poor track record so far with derelict and dormant ships, so I'm sure these Geth will remain completely contained. Anyway, for now, there's not much combat going on, but there are logs and shit that we can listen to. This is a nice bit of game design, I find, this part of it, because it's really creepy. It's kind of one of our first few times properly inside a Geth ship, and boy is it slightly unnerving. Me too, but I like lava. I think I'd be really dangerous working somewhere near lava because I would. You again. I would just want to touch lava if I was working there. I'd just be putting shit in. I was just like, prodding it. So I feel like that would probably be. I feel like that'd probably be a, generally speaking, bad move. There's a medkit at the end here and another research log. Fuck you, Lanigan. What a prick. It's the whole Han Solo thing, I suppose, of never tell me the numbers, but sometimes it's nice to know. Just to know exactly how fucked you are. Oh, well, that door's closed. That's not at all sinister. And he's watching us. That's a lot of eyeballs. That door's closed. This is really getting on the creepy side of things. And it's so disorientating in here. Oh, that was someone's gun poking into the corner of my vision. Oh, that one's closing. Wonderful. Can I go? Is there anything back here? Yes, there is. There's a research log.
Everything's off wire. Archer declared a lockdown, but our station's already infected. What does the VI want? It keeps screaming at us. Nobody understands.
Oh, bloody hell. I'm really hoping I haven't missed one of the funniest things in the game. Not the game, but certainly one of the more humorous moments. I'm worried I have, though. We'll have to find out. There's another research log over here.
The VI is closing some passages and leaving others open. It's like it's hurting us. At least the Geth are still dormant.
I'm gonna genuinely go back and check that I haven't missed a research terminal.
Halloween was yesterday. We'll have to get right around wearing spare Geth parts. Smoke the shit out of everyone. Now I definitely hate him.
I knew I'd missed it. Oh, and I would have never been able to forgive myself if I missed that. I just love, you got all this serious shit going on, and then alongside that you got Lonigan ran the numbers. Boy, do I hate him. Lonigan is running around with Geth visas, spooking folks. I really hate it. It's very funny to me. It's my shit sense of humor, I've no doubt. Can we go up here? I suspect not. That doesn't look like a particularly stable path. Does it? Oh, God, it's hotter than hell here. We're currently in the middle of... Okay, so we'd call it a heat wave. And we do call it a heat wave. My viewers in the US may find it not so. It's currently 28 degrees, which is... Hold on a sec. 82 Fahrenheit. Which really actually doesn't sound that much, but like, knowing US temperatures, that doesn't seem to be particularly warm. But to any of my American viewers, especially in the South, I implore you, imagine...
Analysis. The objective is located on the far side of this impasse.
So we've got a bit of a sliding puzzle here. We've got a load of buttons. These four around the edge move the selected one up, down, left, and right, and this one changes which one's selected. So we actually want to line up so it goes into kind of like that little bit there. But first, we have some goodies to get, so I'm going to move stuff around a little bit differently to get to those. But yeah, if you think 82 isn't particularly warm, 83, 84 now, imagine what 80 would be like in a world where no buildings, your homes, your offices, nothing has air conditioning. That's where we live, which is fun because it never gets really warm enough to justify this. Though it is really nice. I've been doing a load of work this week in a cold room, so a lot of the experiments I'm running, kind of like biological stuff, basically generates a lot of heat, because you're kind of like running electricity through samples and stuff like that, which generates heat, and as such, your biological stuff that you're working with is also sensitive to heat, so you don't want to like cook your samples. Move that one up and then slide that one up as well. Perfect. You obviously don't want to cook your samples, so you have to set them running packed in ice and in a cold room. Cold room is kept beautifully at -5, and it's been really nice this week actually. Just spend a bit of time in there and just It's not so bad in... Oh, let's do that, and let's hack a laptop quickly. I haven't done any hacking in a while. And finally, let's use the override switch.
I knew this was too easy. Come on, let's move.
Boy, no, I would have seen that one coming. Classic Cerberus. Yeah, so in an unsurprising turn of events, we now have to fight our way back out of the same building we've just come through. And I hope you're paying attention to the kind of the floor layout, because it's now completely different, so really doesn't matter. Was that just a normal Geth trooper? They can occasionally do a thing. We saw it a little bit on Haystrom, but not actually that much, because almost every Geth had shields. But now they have a little power that they all have called Geth Shield Boost, which just... Oh, bugger. That's a hunter. Which just... They just go boop boop. Oh my goodness, get away from me. They just bring up shields on themselves. They just go beep boop 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 and like boop something on their wrist, and then they have shields. And it's really problematic. I say problematic. We're, as you can see by now, we're pretty damn good at fighting synthetics. As a party, it's one of our strengths. But no, what I was going to say is, I think currently my kind of body clock's not the right word. I think I just, wow, you know what? Body, that's the word. My body, I think, has no idea what's going on. Because I say it's warmer than it usually is. It's about 28 degrees, which is about 82 Fahrenheit, about that. My office is a really weird one in that it has huge floor-to-ceiling windows that are only single glazed, and I say no heating or cooling of any sort, really. So in the mornings, freezing cold, because the sun doesn't point at my office until about 3 in the afternoon. And then it gets through to about 3 in the afternoon, the sun starts shining on these things, and it then suddenly gets unbearably hot with no way to cool it down. So that's weird anyway. My lab contains, is where the locusts live, and they are desert animals, which means the lab is kept at a nice 38 degrees, which, for reference, is getting on for 100 Fahrenheit. Warm, really warm, because it's simulating the desert in Mauritania and North Africa, which is where they're from, so real warm. And I'm going between that to kind of collect animals, do various bits of, like, sample prep and stuff like that, then going into the cold room, which is at 5 degrees, so that's like 25 Fahrenheit. Why am I bothering to convert these? Convert them yourself. That was really mean. But yeah, and so basically I've just spent the day going between my office, which is... So going between my office, which is either really warm or really cold, and either a really warm lab or a really cold lab. So I think, yeah, just my body's just given up trying to predict what I'm going to put it through next, which has been quite amusing. But as you can see, I'm just telling this story because combat in this mission is both straightforward and really easy. This is no real fault of the mission, it's a fault of... Oh, bloody hell, shot him in the back with a rocket. Oh, no, that was deliberate. I was going to say, ha, he accidentally shot him in the back, then I remembered I hacked him. He was mine. He was supposed to do that. Ooh, lab equipment. I'll take it. I always use more lab equipment. Ugh, just spoken like such a scientist, I know. Yeah, I think A, we're really well equipped to fight synthetics. I think B, I don't know where to stand on this game and its combat difficulty for when one is let's playing it, because obviously it's not what the game is made for in any way, but... But basically,
They've seen us.
There's a prime down there. Don't go down there unless you have to. Especially if you're a class like mine, the best thing to do is stay up here and use AI hacking, both my own and Tally's. Don't touch the Prime. Just work on creating as many allies as you can up here. There are a fair few troopers, like rocket troopers, normal troopers, surrounding the Prime. Repeatedly get as many of them on your side as you can, and you really shouldn't have to do a great deal of fighting. Already the Prime shield's down. Okay, granted, my allies may have shot it up a little bit, but really, a lot of the damage has been done. Let's take that Hunter as well from my side. A lot of the damage has been done by my hacking buddies, which is great. And as I mentioned when we were back on Haystrom, one of the nice things about... oh, bloody hell, missed that entirely. One of the nice things about the Geth is that if you hack one of their number, they will drop pretty much everything to take on the hacked unit and completely ignore you as part of the process, which is all very nice. Hence, you can take down a Prime very easily. But yeah, the kind of combat curve on this game is strange, because it's like, especially for recording, because it's like, at the moment it's not been a huge challenge for me. If I turned it up onto hardcore and made it more of a challenge, it would just be slower and I'd die more. And I don't know if that's what I want either. I'd rather have combat that at least is simple enough that I can kind of blow through it. So we will of course be doing that on to next episode, but this episode we're just going to finish by grabbing another 2 of the data packets. So we want to come up here for now, and these next 2 are a bit more out of the way. We should work for them. Oh god, I said it at the beginning of the episode, I think, how much this thing is just fun to drive. But oh, good, more turrets. These aren't fun to fight. It just feels so glitchy and wrong. Like you're just hopping forward a bit and then you're hopping backwards a bit. It just doesn't feel like you're really in combat. It's silly. Like here, it's like, yay, I found a glitchy bit. Go me. I feel so blessed. Hashtag blessed. Anyway, with those done, we can grab a piece. And yeah, when I said it's fun to drive, I actually used a German phrase, Vergnügen. Which actually does mean fun to drive, because it's not much of my extremely limited German. It was part of a VW advertising campaign long ago, probably about 10 years ago, knowing me. So, yeah, I don't know why that stuck with me as a phrase, but definitely, yeah, Vergnügen. I love how it tells us about the aesthetically pleasing view nearby, and then says, oh yeah, by the way, 2 Ymir heavy mechs, which is problematic. I genuinely think it would be easier to fight these guys on foot than it would in the Hammerhead. Unfortunately, though, we don't have that option, so you do just have to poke your head out of cover, fire as many shots into them as you can. Oh, that rocket nearly got me. The rockets are easy enough to dodge, but ow, unfortunately there's no real way of dodging the heavy, like, minigun, Gatling gun fire, so you just have to do the usual, just wait out of sight until it's all good. I think we've taken one of the mechs down, the other one's basically dead. Oh, wallop! That was fun. Oh, that was a lot of fun. I was hoping to do that, and I did it. Here we can get our 5th data packet. And I think we'll halt the episode there, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me next time for Atlas Station and the conclusion of Project Overlord. Shut the Geth VI down and find out what this has all been about. Thank you very much, and good day.